doing a car video. I used to do these, gosh, a lot. In fact, I used to do like one or two a week, just sitting in the car, hanging out. And let me get this out there, right, back. Then Facebook, copy link. Okay, so I'm back. So, I don't care if there's anybody watching or not. I'm gonna throw this out there real quick. Last night I did a live video, but I deleted it. Whatever. I'll leave this one up. But Star Wars Theory Toast put a video up today talking about the exit interview of Kathleen Kennedy. And he brought up a lot of interesting things that I hadn't thought of. And, he's nicer to black pills than I am. They're not allowed to speak. I believe in free speech, but if you only go someplace to just be a dick, I'm kicking you off the team. If you don't have anything of quality to add, why should you be here? All right, so there you go. Anyway, I want to talk a little bit about what he was talking about with this interview that she put out there. So, talked about the fans. Now, he took a different approach. He didn't basically tell her you don't have any fans. There was no fan base for the sequel trilogy, because there wasn't. He didn't say that. I probably would have. In fact, I have. He did talk about her lack of awareness, and it's true. There is no she doesn't have any awareness. Kathleen Kennedy has no idea really about anything. And even when she was talking about the mistakes she made with Solo, Alden Ehrenreich, first off, you're never going to get her to admit he's not a good actor. But, she basically just said, you can't replace Harrison Ford. I'm like, well, the only guy there that Harrison wanted, you ran him off, all right? And then, you proceeded to fuck everything up. Toos, I don't think realizes that she never watched dailies. I mean, she never read scripts. I don't think he realizes that The Last Jedi was filmed on the first draft. And Francis Ford Coppola told George Lucas, rewrite, and rewrite again. That's the only way you can do it. And, I would think someone with Kennedy's experience would know that. And yet, here we are. All right. What else is this about? And she talks about, Ryan Johnson, and I made a video about it, but I do want to kind of bring it up here. Ryan Johnson being spooked by the internet. No, we got under his skin. The whole man babies thing, I'll address that, but that's lashing out because we got under his skin. And that's fine, right? I mean, we did, we didn't like what he did. We didn't like what they did to Leia. What they did to Han. Somebody should be in jail for that. All of it, and, the fact that, she talks about us being a small vocal minority. Toos didn't really, he does and he doesn't. What I say is, yes, he has about 3 million or so subscribers to his channel. The Black Pills have tons too. That's not a small vocal minority. That's a pretty good size of the fan base just on the internet, on YouTube, on X, on Facebook, right? I mean, there you go. And it's not a small vocal minority, because that disquiet kind of translates to millions of people that aren't on YouTube, that aren't, coming, to Doomcock or Star Wars Theory and ranting. But there are people who did. There are people who don't go online, who hated what they saw, who hated what Kennedy did. And the fact that she can't really accept or understand is not their fault. And look, what you've got with this interview is a woman whose self-awareness is lacking. She's got no clue. And when she is faced with the truth, which has got to be the box office, I mean, talks about how great The Last Jedi was. The Last Jedi didn't make nearly the money Disney projected it to. And the people who went to it, who are actual fans like me, only went to it once and were pissed off, which is exactly what Rian Johnson wanted, right? I mean, we got under his skin and he behaved like an immature asshole. Same way that, Pablo Hidalgo did. You can't, Kathy, you can't call the fans who hated The Last Jedi sexist, racist, homophobic. Ryan fucked up. You fucked up hiring him to begin with. You never should have been there. Ridley Scott, I would say Christopher Nolan, Peter Jackson. I mean, why not bring somebody who's done big tentpole movies, who is capable of running something? Why don't you bring one of those guys in? And we'll see where we are. But you didn't. And, J.J. Abrams, he doesn't know how to tell a story. The only time the guy ever did was that movie that he wrote regarding Henry. That's it. That's the only time the guy ever did that. And that was a good movie. And it gave him the wherewithal to be able to go and make more movies. I mean, but the guy, hire J.J. Abrams to do Star Wars just because he did Star Trek dirty. Okay? So there's that. The fact of the matter is, the fans didn't like your sequel trilogy. Look at the box office. She brings up, those movies of Steven Soderbergh, The Hunt for Ben Solo, blah, blah, blah. I doubt she even read the fucking script. I'm sorry. But something tells me when she says something about it being good, she didn't read it. Makes you wonder if she even read Leslie Headland's first Acolyte scripts. Right? I mean, and, she's not going to tell us Soderbergh did not want to owe Disney money. Now, why would Soderbergh have to owe Disney money? Because, all right, let's explain it for the cheap seats. People are not going to go and put their buns in seats at a movie theater for Adam Driver. They're just not. The character is not that popular. The character no one gives a shit about. Driver is an overrated character actor who has zero movie star cred. Just zero. Nothing. And after the sequel trilogy, no one's going to go in to the movie theater for a Ben Solo apology tour. I mean, I love how they get this guy I've never heard of to write the script after he dies like every other Jedi that is part of the Skywalker family and disappears. I mean, the whole premise is stupid, in my opinion. He's dead. Let the little fucker, let the daddy butcher be dead. Okay. What else? What else did two say? He is a lot more accommodating than I am. Hey, Ragfurs, how you doing? And you guys have to see the video. I have a feeling that there's a lot of subscriber cross-pollination between him, Ryan Cannell, Critical Drinker, and Nerdrotic, because a lot of people are just, black pill, giant crybabies who, didn't get what they wanted. And it's like, I don't know what to tell you guys, right? And, instead of thinking critically about things that have happened since the sequel trilogy, Kenobi, Ahsoka, everything sucks, Star Wars is dead, and then you give Neurotic a ton of money. That's what they do. Okay. And I think there's a lot of cross-pollination with that. So, there's that to consider. But there's a lot of stuff going on that we're not privy to yet. And Toos doesn't know the real inside story, I don't think. But when Kennedy, I'm going to tell you this, when Kennedy said, I said this last night, that they've taken 2 years to talk about the plan for her replacement, to put all that together. 2.5 years ago, I was sitting in the parking lot at the AMC waiting to go in to see Dial of Destiny when Cameron called and said a bunch of lawyers from Disney Burbank showed up, and they are going through her email. She was kicked off the net. And that July 3rd, she had a meeting with Iger where she brought up the fact that Shang-Chi and the Eternals bombed and started really poking him with it. Why are you picking on me? Kevin Feige, man. And it's like Iger blew a gasket, exploded, and World War IV happened. And that's pretty much, what was going on. And that's the thing. And she admitted for 2.5 years, that they've been talking about her succession. And yeah, because, right? Anyway, I have about, I don't know how many more minutes. I want you guys to go see the Star Wars Theory video, because he goes through it line by line, and I'm in my car and I can't. I really want to do that. I do have a video I'm going to upload for 9 o'clock on Monday morning about the fan issue, the small vocal minority, and bringing up a lot of the fact of the matter that she let the people that worked for her run ragged and, bully the fans. They did. Well, look, I'm sorry. Hey, Kim, I'm sorry, guys, but me telling any of those people The Last Jedi sucks, I'll tell you why. to asking them, is, Ryan Johnson going to fix what JJ broke? That's not bullying. That's taking complaints. You are a customer, you got something you didn't want, and you want it fixed. That's it. Yet here we are. A terrible trilogy after Soilo bombs, Dial of Destiny bombs, which she did not talk about. Not even a little bit. And I know why. Because that was the last movie she was ever going to make for Disney. Because Iger and the Bergman, and I think the board of directors, had it with her bullshit. So anyway, all right, I got to go, guys. This is slow, or this is a quick one, but I'm at church right now. So in about 7-8 minutes, I got to go in. So anyway, you guys have a great afternoon. Go have fun tonight if you haven't yet. Go celebrate. And, good things are happening. By the way, I posted a short. Check it out. Luke and Leia showed up at Hollywood Studios yesterday. Star Wars. Kennedy hasn't even walked out the door yet. This is Steph signing out. See you around the galaxy.